So I started playing The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings, and here's how it went. Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to discuss my opinion on Witcher 2. I have recently completed the game, so I decided to share my experience with you. The Witcher 2 came out on the 17th of May 2011, over 10 years ago. So how does it hold up after such a long time? Well, it's still an amazing game. I have played the game before over 3 years ago, and the game is still as great as I remember it. I'll go in depth about specific parts of the game now. The graphics in this game are absolutely stunning even after those 10 years. The game looks great, and it's clear to see why it gave some trouble to the machines that were around at that time. The improvement from Witcher 1, which came out just 4 years prior, is stunning, but not all is positive about the graphics. I feel like the choice of lighting they went with isn't the best for the game. It's a bit dark and the lights are quite dim, but other than that, the graphics I'd say will still hold up for another while. And with the use of some graphics mods, I think it beats some more modern games in terms of graphics. On the gameplay side of things, I have a bit more negative things to say. The fight system, while being hugely improved and completely changed from Witcher 1, still wasn't the greatest. The whole fights felt a bit clunky and slow, and the way Geralt moved didn't seem as flawless as a Witcher should move, but more of a soldier who likes to spin around while swinging swords. The way they did the alchemy and potion drinking I really liked. It makes you prepare before the fight even happens. The addition of bombs and traps was quite unique, although I didn't particularly like the traps part. The character development I feel like was okay. I rated The Witcher 1-3 a bit more. With this one it kinda felt like upgrading your character, but it isn't doing a whole lot. While Witcher 1 was a bit more responsive and you could feel the changes a bit quicker. The addition of the medallion was a good choice, although it wasn't all that useful and I only used it when needed. The armor and swords upgrades I quite liked. They made some big differences, and the fact that I could carry my items from Witcher 1 to 2 was also really useful, as the armor and swords I had lasted me all the way to the second half of Act 2. Story in this game was actually really good. The choices you made had an impact later, and there was some tough decisions you had to make. The story kinda went along nicely and smoothly, and everything made sense. And the way they improved on animations also helped that. You could get immersed because it just felt more organic than in Witcher 1, where everyone just stood still while talking. The story had some nice turns that made it more interesting, and the way we found out more information about each character impacted our future choices. The only bit that I'm a tiny bit upset about is the side quests. They felt really boring, and I just felt most of them I just don't want to do. I just couldn't force myself to. The game is also quite short, but that isn't really a bad thing. It felt really smooth and the right length. The story didn't get overstretched and just fitted nicely. I don't know how, but I finished the game in 2 days with 14 hours on record on Steam. And it's meant to be only 30 hours, so I kinda just, I guess I speedrunned it. So that shows how quick you can finish this game. Which brings me to another point. This game is hugely replayable. You can just play it over and over again because of how short it kind of is, but also how intriguing it is. Anyway, I'm done talking about the aspects of the game, so I'm going to answer one question. Is the game worth buying? 100% yes. You learn a lot about the characters in Witcher 3 and Geralt's backstory as well. The things you learn in this game will change your choices in the next game, and even without that it's a great game to play. And as I said, because it's so short and has multiple choices you can make throughout it, it's very replayable. And for those reasons I would highly recommend playing this game. That will be it for this video. I hope you found it entertaining, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind later. If you have any video suggestions, comment down below, and other than that, I will see you in the next one. Good luck on your path.